Whip up the work, look out for another album review. Look. Boom! It's me, Chief Hombre, your boy, your homie, the one who never lets you down, here with another album review for young ads, Skepta, Chip, Insomnia, and we are going to kick it off. This is genuinely one of the worst projects I have come across in a long time. I have Skepta, yeah? UK grime legend, very internationally recognised, consistent on grime, and actually very experimental in other genres also. I'm not going to lie, man, Skepta is genuinely one of the reasons that I actually stepped into music in the first place. Chip as well, incredible barra, never runs out of bars. And then we got Young Ads, yeah, from D Block Europe. Personally, I've never liked his tone. I think it's a bit whiny. There's literally nothing to it. It feels vapid and weak. It feels watered down. D Block Europe have been successful. They are a successful group and are charting quite a lot. But what we're going to delve into in this album, right, is Young Ad's terrible lyricism. I mean, there is many glaring issues with this album, oversights that people have overlooked. Every song you will listen to, yeah, is a clear, weak, cheaply put together song just for the idea of this project. First time I heard this, I was annoyed. Yeah? I was a little bit fucking pissed off because we're talking Skepta, yeah? One person who has such an influence on the scene, but can give me even doing it again, yeah? We'll give a quick breakdown, but I'm saying off the bat, this album is terrible. So, let's start with the first track, which is Mains. The lyricism on this is zero. Yeah, I was going to try and give it some sort of compliment of... Young Ads comes in on this verse, right? I whip that crack like banana pudding again. Now, the juxtaposition of that in itself, yeah, you are... The relevance that to be able to relate to that song, you have to be whipping work and whipping banana pudding. What percentage of listener is going to pick up on that bar and go, fuck, man made banana pudding last night. Oh, man's whipping, yeah? Obviously, he's whipping like I whip banana pudding. That shit sucks, yeah? I don't doubt he does sell, yeah? I don't doubt man has shot people. But then we come with this bar, yeah? This like arrogant bar that just completely contradicts himself later on in the album, right? And we'll come back to this bar. Bro's so tapped, if he see a op sister, he'll probably fire off the stage. So you're saying some innocent little ute is there to view D Block Europe, yeah? You're like, woo! And you pow! On this track, the only upside really is Chip's bar, yeah? Impeccable techers, a little bit. Chip has always been strong at being able to switch it up. You're not the gold, you mutton, nice little bars, but then we get into the flashy side of Chip, yeah? I don't think anyone bought into Chip for that. Yeah, I think people buy into Chip because he's a grime MC who can fucking hold his own. We don't buy into it for, I'm 28, I've got hella jewels, 38, I'll be hella jewels. Yeah, and then we go back to some Skepta bar that's just weak, right? We then get into Young Ads, no substance, just splashing, yeah? But there's one bar in it that I just didn't get, yeah? Maybe it's because I'm out the loop, maybe I don't understand the terminology, and maybe it's something that people are saying. Explicit content, come in her pussy, a lava lamp. He doesn't digress the bar. He doesn't give me anything other. Now, if that is a general saying, yeah, then that's me. Yeah, I've just missed out on that. If it's not, where did you come up with the concept that when you jizz in a woman, it looks like a lava lamp? Have you looked inside a vagina after you've jizzed in it? Where did that fucking visual for come in a pussy, lava lamp, where did that come from? Yeah? Is it because jizz looks like lava in a lava lamp? Is that all? Is that this? Let's just move on. We have Golden Brown with Skepta singing on the hook. Like a... It's sort of that shitty melodic singing you do when you are in a car with your mates, right? And they got a song on and you're singing, but you know that if it turns off, you don't want to be belting a song out. It's just sort of like, Golden Brown. Not much to say on this song. We got one or two Chip bars about goats again. It seems to be a very prominent thing for this album about being a goat. The standout on this song is again another Young Ads bar. Eat the puss through your zipper. I swear them Balmain's tight. Who eats pussy for a zipper, man? What woman does that do anything for? I mean, when was the last time you were able to actually do it? Let's not go into that. That's too much of a visual. I don't want to go into that. Let's go. So, we have their lead single that just dropped out of nowhere. This is Ways. This is the next one, Ways, yeah? Chip's probably got the standout bar for the album on this. Say his verse on this is fucking strong. If between track 1, 2 or 3 you have forgotten that Young Adz does sell heroin and cocaine, he will tell you again on this hook, you cannot beat the price. We have another quotable here from Young Adz for a strong ass, terrible bar, one of the worst this year so far that I've heard. I make that bitch squirt, now I need some goggles to taste. He may be saying cockles to taste. If he is, it has no relevance to a woman squirting on you. If he isn't, and he's saying that he does need goggles to taste this pussy juice, why do you need goggles to taste? In theory, if you did have goggles and they had the bit that goes on your nose, right, you're not really going to be able to taste as well because, yeah. So I have one of the most weird bars I've heard again in a while. Jake's tried question me, but I headshot, bro. I was sitting in the sun. I was fucking his baby mum in the living room with his son. Is that a baby that's asleep and not watching you bang? Or are we... How old's this son? He sat there like, what, 8 years old, 9 years old, watching fucking Paw Patrol while his mum's getting smashed out the back behind him. What? Mum? Also, I mean, I hate to be picking apart Young Adz constantly because it's not just his fault this album's terrible, it's all of them, right? Again, Young Adz says another quotable bar, which is, can't shoot a civilian, but if she testify, I will change my mind. What if it's a dude? Yeah, you're probably saying it about both. Clearly, you specify, clearly it's a woman. So do you just see civilians as women? Who fucking knows, man? I don't... In this album as well, we have Skepta talking multiple times about the money that he's putting in the bank and the fact that he is just fucking raking millies in at this point. Yeah. He then drops in this song that he's in the bank with a shank. Last week, he put a rack in his tank. This is like fucking school ground lyrics, man. This is like ciphering with your mate, like having a joke, like, do you know what I mean? Man's in the bank with the... Just gonna move on. We're just gonna move on. Okay. Demons featuring Dirt Bike LB from D Block Europe. As you can see, I'm starting to get a little bit worn out with this review. This one, it's not as bad as the rest. That's one of them that I wouldn't mind on in the back. The rest of them I would. I'm not even going to talk on this one as easy. Actually, that is a lie. We do have 1 or 2 things to say. The way the vocals come in on this, I felt like Travis Scott was about to step in. The way they do the sort of spacey auto-tune vocal, it felt like you're trying to impersonate Travis Scott. Now, Chip and Skepta both say exactly what we want, yeah? Lyrical, on tired beats, not here for that, turn them off. Chip says that. You're right. No one in this album is here for lyrics. That's clear. It's the same. Skepta comes in with, they want old Skeppy or they must want a hella grease. Even if it's not Grease, man, just give me fucking last year Skepta or Konnichiwa Skepta or something that's not this. Next up, we have Saint-Tropez. Some weird, strange, hoppy beat that comes in. I don't even know what it's meant to be. It's meant to be like a boom, boom, boom. Then we get an MIA sample, Bonafide hustler, making my name. Everyone's a winner. And that suits quite well. I mean, this so far I'd say is sort of standout beat in regards to actually production value, but doesn't hold much still though. Bar wise on this, there's literally no real glaring errors. There's nothing that I'd sit there and say what, but we do have one, yeah, which is a Skepta flow that is just so fucking basic, man. It's shank in the bank bar basic level. Kitchen, sex on the balcony, no condoms, so we're hitting up the pharmacy. There's literally just no effort put in. It feels like everyone's just dialing, everyone's just phoning it in. Boop, boop, boop. That's my bar. 16 ego, fuck off. Forgetful song, fades in as quickly as I'd fade out. We got Insomnia interlude. It's all about how do I get to sleep? How do I get to sleep? Literally Insomnia. And we come with, again, some very, very terrible bars. The hook so disjointed in itself. How do I get to sleep? How do I go to sleep? How do I make you smile? I already know how to make you come. Bruv, if you're making a girl come, yeah, she should be smiling. That's, little tip right there. Much to speak about in this song in regards to sort of, you know, strong production value alongside strong lyricism or anything like that. We'll just go through a few bars for you, yeah? How you got the perfect smile but you suck with no teeth? What? You dating women with no teeth? Like, is that like normal? Just no teeth at all? Like, I know I can't speak about teeth, but is that it? This is one of my favourite bars of all time. The fact that Chip and Skepta have allowed this to go by in the studio is beyond me. This blows my fucking mind, yeah? Sleep when I just took ecstasy. I got MDMA with a young MA in the bed next to me. How do I fall asleep when this hotline ends in a 333? Now, I get the connotation of what you're saying. I get what you're trying to say. You're trying to say this line's blinging. Yeah, I can't fall asleep with it blinging. Unless every trap line has a 333 at the end, yeah, I'm missing something here. Because why does that bother you? That it's 333? Like, I don't go to bed at night like, oh man, wake up in the middle of the night, fuck! My telephone number ends 724. We have another childish lyric. She want it in her ass and a mouth and a pussy. Yeah, you know, she a little freak. Terrible. Terrible. As I said, this track is jam-packed with terrible lyrics, right? This has, I know I keep saying it's my favourite, but this is my favourite so far, right? Bloodshot eyes. All my guys looking so Chinese. What? What? Siamese? Chinese? Right, next track. Star in the Hood, yeah? Young Ads brings the levels down again. Yeah, there's multiple on this. But there's two bars which I thought were, again, genuinely terrible. I got a bitch with 4.5 mil followers sitting on my face. My days, what a shit brag in the sense of, yes, she's Instagram famous. I'm fucking sick of COD, bro. You wouldn't say, oh, man's rolling with a soldier today. Yeah, side, that's just stupid. But this one, I've got cats with autism and cats that are blind. Now, the blind one, I get you're going to be selling them shit. I get you're Where does the autism come from? Like, I get the blind one, right? I get that. I get that you're selling them, they're putting the money in your hand, it's missing your hand. I get blind cats, right? I can get autistic cat. How did you... What? What? You want a 10, bruv? Yeah. Yeah. You got autism. Make no sense. We got Skepta back on the grease flex, which is, you know, shut the fuck up when you talk about beef. I'm a chef. I might serve you that. Then we get an ad-lib that again says chef, just in case we didn't understand that he is a chef, even though he just told us he's a chef. Chip comes again with another goat bar. Goats just all over this album. We get you're the greatest of all time. We get you think you're the greatest of all time. Next up, we have Mic Check, which has sort of like this garagey feel with a new rap wave. It's not great. Instrumental-wise, strongest so far. Everyone's doing their yo. It's mic check, it's C. Mic check, it's S. Mic check, it's A. Ads comes in with a mic check 29. Now, just to fit the bar, Enterprise. Also, right, she just want to cuddle when it's beddy time, but I told her, babe, right now, it's not teddy time. That's ridiculous. If you still going to bed, like, what do you say? Bruv, yeah, nah, you should have seen last night, yeah? When it was beddy time, or when it was teddy time, fuck... Yeah, there's nothing to stand out about this song except bad lyrics. Next up, we got Traumatized. Doesn't seem that anyone wrote with each other in mind. They just wrote bars. Deep shit. I had to rely on school for lunch. Then I was sending young'uns to cunch, okay? The Jakes told me it was one of you bunch. And I eat that pussy, she just served filet mignon. The rhyme pattern doesn't even work. Flow pattern doesn't even work. With probably the deepest verses that we've got so far. And we got, you know, Chip comes in with sort of primary school days, would stay stuck in the mud. My friends are trapping, trying to get out the mud. Starter pack, personal bag, scales and some gloves. Yeah, I'll rate Chip's verse on this. Because Young Ads match no, because it starts on that relevancy, and then we veer off down the path of again eating pussy. Next up, we have Sin City. About London, about the shit that you have to go through to get out. I rate Skepta's verse on it. I thought it was alright. Probably the best song I've heard so far. Same with Chip. I actually rated his verse on it. Bar game again on 0 for everyone. Yeah, I'd say Chip, he doesn't take any chances with bad bars. Skepta really does. Like, takes them on your block with 4 sticks, like a fucking Kit Kat, dressed in all black, fresher than a fucking Tic Tac. We're back at school again. We are back in the playground. As far as I say, Chip's dope, yeah. And the black and proud, no bounty, Chippy got Latin bars. I'll rate it, yeah. We then have rhythmically a terrible, terrible verse by Young Adz. R.I.P. to all the fiends that overdose. Told the kids don't follow my footsteps on the road. Bro, this whole song, this whole album, you've been talking about how cocaine will change your life. I don't get it. I don't get now. I'm the reason she got a plastic nose. You got no waps, though. What do you mean, don't follow you? You're living this life and you're talking it up. It just feels like they met at a gig. That's what it feels like, right? It's exactly what it feels like. They were on the same booking together. They did a bit of a cypher together after, and one of them freestyled, and everyone was like, yeah, that actually sounds dope. Well, one of their boys was like, that's dope. You should do a fucking project together. Then they fucking did it. And it's shit. We have the penultimate song and the standout song from the album so far. Yeah, emotional, deep, piano instrumental is lovely. It's beautiful, it's nice. It's what you wanted from this album. Back in the Bank with Skepta. There's one bar he says, which, being a father, yeah, I know Yakady. Yeah, he says, like Yakady, your dad is a wizard with words. Yakady is about a little girl who teaches children how to say one word at a time. What do you mean Yakady's not a wizard? She just says, say book. And kids go, book. And then she goes, whoa, you said book. We're talking about Young Adz's verse. He's consistently said in this album, he'll shoot you, he'll sell you drugs, he don't give a shit, he don't care, right? But then, yeah, I watched my favourite fiend, Donna, die, PTSD last time I saw her, she was horrified. Everybody got hearts which was hollow inside. Like, washed out vocals. We're all the goats, we're goats, we're goats, we're goats. I'm going to end it. I'm not even going to listen to intro, because I listened to it a little bit the other day, and I was like, this isn't an intro or an outro, this is just a pointless fucking thing. Adz comes with again, a terrible bar again. Heard the devil a liar, pull up in Prada. Now, to me, he wanted to put devil is a liar in a bar, but he couldn't think of, what relevance does the devil have? The devil has millions of references. You could use millions, but instead you needed some swaggerlicious shit, so you put Prada in there. Because the devil wears Prada in one film. Is there a point in going further? There's one more thing we have to say. The album's called Insomnia. Yeah, it's very much, if you understand what insomnia is, if you ever had insomnia, you know what it is. Now, this part, Chip drops. Dick in the throat is 7 a.m. I guess she's got insomnia too. 7 a.m. does not mean you have insomnia, man. That's like everyone's up at 7 a.m. Like, either, working people. People who don't work are probably up at 7 a.m. 7 a.m. is not insomniac time. Insomniac time is 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, 7 a.m. Fuck me. But yeah, what I will say, this is genuinely, I'd give this 24 thumbs down if I had 24 thumbs, but I don't. Worst album I've heard in a long time. I like people trying to experiment with music. I'd say this experiment was shockingly terrible. Very similar to, anyone who's ever experimented with anything and it's gone shockingly wrong. This is one of them. I don't know who Yes Man are in their camp, because they're just allowing this shit to get through. Beyond me. If you're into it, you're into it, right? And I get there are people who are going to be into it. I get the audience they're trying to sell to. I just think if you are a fan of Skepta, you're a fan of Chip, you're probably not going to be after this album going ahead. You're not going to want to listen to their next albums if this is what we're going ahead with. Young Adz, stand out terrible on this album. Stand out, shocking, bad. This gets a big, terrible Chief Hombre thumbs down, because I can't even say anymore. We're going to leave it. We're going to leave it there. Just leave me alone. Just leave it.